Greetings, my warriors. So, I want to talk about a little about capital requirements. There was recently news um, that Congress will try to downgrade and to decrease the capital requirements for the banks. And as we know, the problem with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac facing currently is that they officially didn't have enough money for the capital requirements required by HIRA and what Mark Calabria introduced. So I would like to check few stuff. So first, in reality, even if the capital requirements stay for the not stay, but are not decreased by the executive action and by the policy. Uh, this that decreasing of the capital requirements for the banks will also imply decreasing of the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac capital requirements. Um, so currently, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are have almost they need to have like 4.5 percent of the capital requirement, and both of the companies are a little bit short of it. I think that Fannie Mae had like 111 billion, and they reach the point, but Grok says it doesn't. But I think that we reached the point where we have like that 4.5%, and for Freddie Mac, there's still missing the target. But we have like I don't know how much, but it is like we have like around 3% for Freddie Mac, and for Fannie Mae, we're almost at the current required level of 4.5 by HIRA. Uh, why is that important? Because they don't want to. They said that they don't want to release the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac because they have the higher risk, because they have don't have enough capital in case that everything start to go down as it did before in 2008. That they need to have the cash on the hand to pay the defaulted, to be able to survive the financial crisis. So that's why that Mark Calabria put in with here at 4.5%. But is that really needed? That is the biggest question. And we know it's not, because that is the requirement for the banks, and not for any bank. That is the requirement for the bank that has the depository deposits. So in case that bank have the your money, your personal money, invested in that bank, they must have the 4.5% very liquid asset in order to be able to cover the needs that you may have and to withdraw. But that is not the case for the loans bank, for the loan institution, mortgage institution, and so on. So I put in the grok, and the question is, so we know that bank require uh, uh, that bank has the requirement for deposits. But I put the question, if the bank deals only with loans, not deposits, do they have to have capital requirements? The answer is no. Institutions that only make loans and do not have take deposits are generally not subject to the same capital requirements as traditional banks. But have in mind that is like if the bank deal only with loans, and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are basically on that level, even further away, because they just take the loan and repack it and resell it. So we are supposed, and by some any kind of logic, need to have the even less requirements than the loan banks, which don't have the requirement of capital, and it is understandable why the deposit bank has to have it, because they, but even in the worst case, even if that is the case, they will, as we see, the government and the Senate, they're working to decrease the regulation on the banks. And like a couple of months ago, there was like a big hearing where they tried to attack the capital requirement, and that even the Scott Bessent was. I think that he was testifying, or but something was with him with that, and he actually supported the idea of decreasing capital requirements for the banks. And if it goes for the banks, we who need even less that capital requirement, it should be deleted for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So that is, the biggest last obstacle the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac can have. So in the worst case, we need to wait for the Congress, and in the best case, they should evaluate the law by the common sense. And the common sense says, if you're a loan bank, or mortgage institution, or uh, you don't need to have the that 4.5 capital requirement reserves. And hopefully they will start to listen the sound reasoning, that they do what they're supposed to do. So stay well, my friends.